Fortnite kidnapped a banana, and apparently that's just a distraction to keep you from actually understanding what's really going on in the Fortnite storyline. We just got done watching Restro, PBJ, and Cyan's videos on the Fortnite storyline. All very interesting. They all gave me context. Now, going into this, I had a few questions about the Fortnite storyline. Specifically, what's going on with Peely? Who is this new society? Did the Fortnite storyline reset? And is Midas returning? Those were the 4 big questions that I had. Not only did I get all those questions answered, but I actually have an idea of where the storyline is going and what the true purpose of this story is. What every average Fortnite fan knows, and remember, I want everybody to keep in mind, for the last week or so, I have been the average Fortnite fan. I have not been keeping up with the storyline. All I've been seeing are these missing Peely posters all over the map. I'm sitting here like, okay, why did Fortnite decide to kidnap a banana randomly? Well, this is the most trash storyline. We went from having cube monsters and chrome demons, and now we're trying to kidnap bananas. Like, why? What are we doing here? Peely was kidnapped by the Society. That's the new faction that is existing on this Chapter 5 island. There's 2 main factions: the Society, which is run by the sexy evil business lady Valeria, and then the opposite faction is the Underground, which is ran by her younger sister Hope. Hope is at odds with her sister because her sister has found some new secret power. This is the reason why she has like fire-bending Prince Zuko powers. She's unlocked some hidden power because she's found in essence Pandora's box, and she wants to unlock all the hidden secrets of Pandora's box. But after watching Restro and Cyan's videos, it appears that there's something more sinister. Pandora's box allows you to access the afterlife. Why is this important? Valeria is trying to gain immortality, and the only way she can do that is by acquiring more knowledge. That's important because Valeria wants access to more knowledge, specifically the knowledge that's within Jonesy's mind, which is the knowledge of the previous timeline. Remember, Jonesy was the one who travels from Chapter 4, Season 4 back to OG. Jonesy seems to remember everything that happened in OG Fortnite up to the present day in this new, reworked Fortnite Chapter 2. Chapter 5 is a parallel of Fortnite Chapter 2. There are similar events and similar characters that are here, but everything's been kind of rewritten. I even have a theory that the new character Montague, he's the diamond guy who actually, I guess he founded or helped create, he came up with the idea for the Society. I have a theory that he's either Midas's grandson, which would make him Jules' son, or the one I'm really leaning on is that he's actually Midas's son and is taking the place of Jules this season. Valeria needs knowledge. So because she needs knowledge, she wants access to all the knowledge that Jonesy has, but in order to do that, she needs to grab Jonesy's attention, which is why she kidnapped the banana. It all makes sense. Okay, that's kind of lit. Now, Jonesy himself, in order to get his banana back, wow, this sounds really weird. In order for Jonesy to get his banana back, he's teamed up with the Underground, which is Hope's faction. Hope is trying to fight off the Society, but she doesn't want to kill her sister, even though she has people that are working with her saying that you need to take your sister out. She doesn't want to do that because she loves her sister. And what's interesting is on the other side of the spectrum, Valeria has similar feelings for her younger sister. Even though they're at odds, she doesn't want anything to happen to her younger sister either. But Valeria is not going to let anything stop her from achieving ultimate power. Chat, how is that explanation? Does that make sense? Does my explanation of the current storyline events make sense? Basically, the whole point of the Chapter 5 story is Valeria unlocking Pandora's box, which ties into Greek mythology, and we all have heard the rumors of next season being a Greek theme season. It seems that like the storyline is teasing or building up to that this season. That's not the real story here. The real thing that's interesting about this season is that there are certain characters that appear to have kept their memories from the original Fortnite timeline. So basically everything from chapters 1 through chapter 4 up to OG. One example that we have of this outside of Jonesy is the Ageless. Based on his description, he appears to be the same Ageless that we met in chapter 4 season 1. However, he's become corrupted and seems to be on the same path that Geno is, or Geno was on originally. The Ageless is trying to uncover something underneath the ice right now. We don't know what it is. It's some kind of power. Maybe it's access to the Imagine Order. The Imagine Order also appears to be really silent right now. We don't know what the significance of them is going to be this season. But here's the deal, and here's the issue that I have, right? All of this stuff is really cool. All of these concepts are really cool. My concern is that next season, a lot of these plot points are going to be dropped or forgotten about or just ignored in place of telling a new story. Why do I feel this way? it's because the plot points from the previous storyline are currently being ignored. For example, in order for us to even get here on the Chapter 5 island, Jonesy had to have gone to the Imagined Order and had a conversation with them about all the different things that he's been through, or certain things that he'd been through, and tell them, hey, instead of doing this like you're thinking about doing, do this instead. That's why when you played Fortnite OG, events happened different. Things didn't turn out the same way. The cube didn't blow up. There was no monster on the Fortnite island. The 0 point came out of the middle of the map and started floating way earlier. Things just happened completely different in Fortnite OG than they did in Fortnite Chapter 1, and that's what led to us having this new Fortnite Chapter 2 in the creation of the Fortnite Chapter 5 island. Like Retro said in his video, this is Fortnite Chapter 2.5. It's a rehash of the original Chapter 2 story, but because of Jonesy's meddling with the timeline, it changed things. But what did he change and why? Because remember, one of the things that we learned in OG was that Jonesy was sent back in time at the behest of Dr. Sloan because he was on some kind of mission. He had a specific mission that she had for him, but we never learned what that mission was. What I'm wondering is Jonesy still on his mission that he was sent out to do by Dr. Sloan? And if so, once again, what is that mission? I think it has something to do with the last reality popping up on the Fortnite island. And I think even when it comes to Valeria and that Pandora's box that she's opening, because you know, understand the story of Pandora's box, when you open it, it wreaks havoc upon the world, right? It releases demons and chaos and all sorts of mystical bad things that just kind of disrupt reality. Kind of falls in line with the last reality and things that we've seen them do before. The idea of the nothing and all of that. So I'm kind of thinking that the last reality at some point in time is going to pop back up later this chapter. Maybe not next season, maybe not even the season after that, but I think that's what Charlie Wen is potentially building up to, like the new big bad. The other part of this that not enough Fortnite theorists are talking about is the last reality itself may exist outside of time and space. All the events of Fortnite OG, the Big Bang event resetting the timeline, they might not be affected by that if they exist outside of time and space. If that is true, and the 7 were captured by the last reality back in Chapter 3, Season 4, it would stand to reason that the 7 could still be corrupted, and we could see a corrupted 7 on the Fortnite island moving forward. If that's true, there should technically be 2 versions of the 7. One that remembers the original timeline, and one that was created as a result of the new timeline. Once again, because the Fortnite storyline is not answering any questions as to who Jonesy talked to. Like, we know he must have talked to the visitor / the scientist because he had the rocket there. He must have talked to the Imagined Order because they would have given him resources to build up the rocket and to mess with the 0 point. Because of that, how did that change the Imagined Order? Also, technically, there should be 2 Jonesies on the island as well. There should be a Jonesy that was working at the Imagined Order during the time of OG, but then there's also our Jonesy that comes back from the original timeline. How does that change things? Lastly, and I think this is really the most important thing, one of the big things that we're going to be doing over the course of Fortnite Chapter 5 is figuring out which characters kept their memories from the original timeline and which ones were overwritten. As of right now, Jonesy and the Ageless are the only 2 that we know of that were able to maintain their memories. As we go through Chapter 5, is it going to mirror some of the events that we saw in Chapter 2, for example? Is Midas still going to have the motivation to create a storm device to free people from the loop and flood the map again? Will we eventually see the 0 point crack and have the Imagined Order start interfering with different things happening on the Fortnite island? Will the 7 come in and interfere some kind of way? Will the last reality pop back up again like they did in Chapter 2, Season 7 and 8? Oh, also, this is another big one. Because we had a new black hole event, and this time it's the Big Bang event, is there a flip side to this island, or is this just a standalone island all in and of itself? Is there another side to this where the 7 are chilling and creating their own little empire, or is this just one single standalone island and the Imagined Order is just kind of monitoring everything as it's going on right now? I think that they've set up something that's very interesting. I do think that it's a little difficult to follow if you're the average person. Thank God for Retro, PBJ, and Cyan. I would recommend, if everybody's watching this video, go check out their videos because they do a fantastic job at explaining this. That's the only reason why I'm able to come up with some of these ideas and relay it back to you guys watching. You got to start ramping this up and explaining things to people That way we can follow this without having to go and grab a history textbook and study Greek mythology, which I think that there is a place for that, and that's interesting in and of itself. But the average person isn't going to be able to follow that or go and do that. But yeah, right now, Fortnite Storyline, it's looking pretty good.